Салют, друзья! Сегодня у нас такая небольшая встреча с нашей гостьей Laylla Dane из славной страны Болгария. И мы подготовили несколько вопросов, на которые будет интересно, я думаю, всем послушать. Привет, Марта. Салют.
Здравствуйте. Hello.
Мы узнали, что ты стартовала в 14 лет, и это достаточно рано вообще для любой карьеры, не только для диджейской. И расскажи вкратце, как ты пришла вот к диджеингу, почему это к электронной музыке в частности, вообще как люди реагировали, что такая маленькая девочка за пультом.
Yeah, I have to clarify something. I was 14 years old when I started going to events. It was my first rave when I was 14, but I started buying records when I was 16. Mm-hmm. So it's important to clarify this. And I think my first gig was when I was 17 years old, so not such a young child anymore.
17 лет, да, получается?
Yeah, and that was in year 2003. So everybody with basic math skills can calculate how old I am right now. And how people felt about it, I don't know. They were, I don't remember how to say, my memories are a little bit vague. I remember that I was too anxious to pay attention to what's going on around me. For sure, I remember that I didn't get much support, but also we didn't have a community. Let's say 20 years ago, it's hard to call whatever we had a community. So having a young DJ and support them was not really a thing. I was just thinking the whole time that I just have to work hard and progress, and one day when I'm good enough, I'll get invited to bigger and bigger events. So yeah.
How did you get into electronic music?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I was actually listening to hip hop a little bit before that. I mean, not too much. Let's say I had 2 cassettes of Tupac, and that's it. And then, cassettes. And then at the age of 14, as I mentioned previously, these friends of mine who were living in a different city in Bulgaria, they asked me if I want to join them to the street parade in Sofia. We used to have a street parade, following the example of the Love Parade in Berlin.
We had the same in Kazan, street parade.
Yeah, it was a huge thing. A lot of people gathered, and
Dancers, breakers.
yeah, and people dressed in colorful outfits with strange hairstyles and so on. And I think it was a turning point. When I experienced that, imagine a 14-year-old young teenager seeing all this, listening to the throbbing sounds, and then I thought, that's it. And then I didn't look back since.
Может, она помнит какую-то группу с электронной музыкой, которая она такая, что это?
Maybe there's a special artist you remember that's
First electronic artist.
Yeah.
like you fell in love with this style, with the genre.
Yeah, well, for example, the album Contact by Sven Vett is very important to me. I know it by heart. Some creative work to the side.
Не могут терпеть.
Двери надо закрыть.
I remember Josh Wink clearly. And Gaetano Parisio I also remember very, very clearly. Maybe this is why I got so hooked on Italian techno in my first years of digging DJ.
Окей. Что тебя вдохновляет к творчеству и жизни?
Yeah.
Такой философский вопрос.
Yeah, philosophy. I love these questions, guys. We can spend like the whole evening talking about this.
And Shamil likes the same questions.
Yes, yes.
These questions are for the darker hours, like when you are a bit tipsy, you know, and you want to pour your heart. No, I'm joking. Yes, I thought a little bit in advance about this question, so I have some notes here because I wanted to be very precise. Because I get inspired from discipline, organization, structure, and smart rules. But when I say I like rules, it doesn't mean that we have to be robots and obey them by the last word. But we also have to be cheeky sometimes, right? But still, a good structure is something that I like a lot. I also get inspired by genuine passion. I love it when I see it. It doesn't have to be music. I mean, in any field. Like for example, I'm not a big sports fan, but in the rare cases of me watching a football game, I can see who is really passionate about kicking the ball, and yeah. It's very inspirational to me. If I have to mention a couple of names from the electronic scene which inspire me, they're always people who have a very broad spectrum. They can play down tempo and also peak time music. And I always start with Jane Fitz. Yeah, people who know me, they get tired of hearing this. But also people like Vladimir Ivkovic and Ivan Shmage, if you heard this guy. Shmage, yeah.
Shmage.
I love this name. So yeah, being able to navigate different styles in different contexts is very inspirational.
Thanks. Для сегодняшней вечеринки мы приготовили в том числе и виниловый сетап, потому что знаем, что ты играешь на пластинках в том числе. Это важно для тебя, какое у тебя вот отношение к винилу, потому что не знаю, как во многих странах, но в России очень мало диджеев используют виниловые.
Yeah, for me personally, I cannot imagine myself DJing without vinyl, because when I was a beginner, there was only vinyl. There was very little CDJs. They were not that popular at all, and laptops were not existent at that time. So if you wanted to be a DJ, you had to play vinyl. Of course, this changed over years, and I don't think it's. I mean, I also play files. It's not. I'm not like a vinyl fanatic. Oh, it has to be vinyl or go out. Yeah. I think that if you have a feeling for the music and you know how to operate with it at the specific moment, you're all set. Doesn't matter what means you're using, vinyl or files. But I believe that working with vinyl is a bit more difficult in the sense to achieve a dynamic set. And when I say difficult, I mean in a completely like it's a physical challenge. You cannot change the tracks so fast, or even when you are looking for the first beat, you cannot just press Q and go in the beginning of the song. So in order to maintain good dynamics on vinyl, it requires a lot more effort, focus, and skills in general. Thank you.
То есть, как я понял, это не обязательно из-за качества музыки.
Ну да, в том числе.
Vinyl, it's not only for quality audio.
I'm not gonna get into this fight, which sounds better. Yeah. Because I've read a lot of articles. I also I just think it's a personal experience. Some people just prefer the raw, more natural sound of vinyl. Other people prefer the more precise sound of the digital music.
High res.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't think there is a correct answer.
Just play. Just dance. Thanks. Мы слышали твой релиз на All In Records.
Yeah.
Есть ли планы дальше развиваться в качестве продюсера?
Well, honestly, I never consider myself a producer. I always mention this when people ask me. Like this record was released in 2018. It's already been basic math, a long time ago, 6 years, and there was one special person to me who helped me a lot to get this record released and produced. First and foremost, Adam Parker, aka Afriqua, I made. Yeah, he was the only guy that I entrusted with to be working with in his studio so that we can make the record. I had other people offering me, Marta, we think you have a lot of ideas, we can be the hands, you're gonna give the ideas, but I trusted only Adam, and I think the result was pretty good. But I think my creative, effort is not meant to be directed in the producing realm, even though now that I'm getting older and my taste is getting more precise, I think I'm gathering the courage to do something else, but I'm not making any promises, guys. Yeah. So let's see.
Ну, получается, вот следующий вопрос как раз. Сейчас, чтобы развиваться, нужно быть и продюсером, и диджеем, или тебе достаточно, что ты в данный момент только диджей?
Тут даже не совсем это тут же. Почему одно без другого?
Ну вот, да, я слышу,
Почему
что...
обязательно нужно быть еще и продюсером?
Да, вот обязательно надо, или вот она же говорит, что...
Yeah, well, I think I'm a good example that you don't have to be both, but I think it definitely helps a lot. But I personally am not a big fan of this strategy because making music and playing music require two completely different sets of skills. And the fact that you made a great record doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great DJ. But of course you're gonna get more bookings if you release a good record.
Why is that?
Why is that? If I knew, I think I have been thinking about this for so many years, and
It's
maybe,
not logical.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say it.
I will.
I guess it's purely because this dates back before social media was present, before it was invented, and in order to promote a certain DJ, you need some content. And having a release is a great way to promote someone. Like, see, this guy is coming, or this lady.
My new release.
Yeah.
What about compilations? DJs used to like release CDs with their compilations.
Like their own
Like
music,
like a
or...
mix of other people's music.
Oh man, yeah. I have such mixes on cassettes even. Yeah, in 2003 was a long time ago, guys. Yeah, wait. I think I have something important to say here. Yeah. No, maybe I'm gonna say this off camera.
Так, понятно. Как диджей ты готовишься к выступлению или, возможно, играешь по ситуации?
To be honest, in the past I was a bit more free-volent, but the older I get, the more the preparation part gets more and more important to me. I try to always prepare, I can only skip preparations if I have something extraordinarily important to do, like going to the hospital, for example. But otherwise, I will always find time to prepare because my style changed, especially in, I think, the past 5-6 years. It evolved a lot, and my spectrum is much broader. So I need to know what I have in my bag, and also I think the tracks that I play now are more challenging because very often the vinyl doesn't start with a beat. Very often I have a very long intro, and in order to help myself perform better, I need to know where exactly to put the needle, or at least just to know which is my first cue to start beat matching. And even organizing your case, just spending, I don't know, 10-20 minutes when you select the record, just put them in a certain order, because all of these small details, then they help you a lot when you play. And it saves you a lot of time. It's all about time saving, because if you start fidgeting while you're playing, you're losing valuable time. So sometimes if you miss the moment when you're supposed to mix, then you know you're gonna make a crappy mix. And you just have to live with it.
Слишком много лишних движений.
Ну да, экономия времени,
Да.
просто подготовка.
Подготовка, экономия
Да,
время.
особенно с винилом.
Good answer.
Yes.
Потом пересос.
Because I'm a teacher at DJ school.
Oh, I can give you a lot of hints. Yeah.
No.
I can be a guest teacher.
Prepare.
Yeah. I can be also very strict.
About a master class.
Yeah, well, this is a very good idea. Let's develop it.
И сейчас очень много музыки, и чтобы найти то, что стоит для тебя, то, что тебе понравится, надо тратить очень много времени. Откуда ты берешь новую музыку и как это происходит?
Откуда? So wait, let me formulate my words. When I started DJing, when I started buying records, we didn't have that many vinyl shops in Sofia, and
We didn't?
No, we didn't. We didn't. So I was buying records mostly,
Unfortunately.
mostly on the internet, and imagine how the internet looked like in 2003. Like Juno.co.uk. Yeah, it was just an HTML website with just text and preview button. Yeah, so I'm just telling you this story to make a point that I was raised as a digital digger. I'm very used to sitting on my computer and checking different websites that I follow. Only when I moved to Berlin, it took me some years to get really used to spending more time in a vinyl shop. I was very shy in the beginning. So yeah, mostly now that I'm officially back to Sofia, I'm also back to this kind of digging, online digging. Yes, and I usually I listen to everything. Like I open this newsletter of all new releases for this week, and I listen to everything. Sometimes it can take a whole week. Sometimes I can do it in one day. Depends on my availability. Yeah, but I discovered that this is the only way to encounter new labels and new artists. Because in the past I was just following the names that I knew, and it can be very limiting. I mean, it is very limiting. You can never find something which is out of your radar.
But
Yes.
how much time do you usually spend?
Она говорила, может, неделю там.
Yeah.
How often do you look for new?
I try to do it every
vinyls?
day. It doesn't work always like this. And it's very important. So what makes the difference is that if I have something else on my mind, it depends on how focused I am. If I am very focused and I have a good streak, then I can find a lot of good music in a very short period of time. But then that's when my senses are, I have like satellites here, and I can catch all the small details which help me understand if I like a particular track or not. And sometimes I just listen as a robot and just skip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
But one thing that I do, if I'm not sure about a certain record that I listen, I just put it in a folder and I go back to it. And I listen to it over and over again, and I hope that it's not gonna get out of stock until I decide. Yeah. So yeah, this is a good hint, I guess, for vinyl DJs.
I have a couple of questions out of script.
Yeah, please.
How do you know if a record is worth playing?
That's the thing. Sometimes I know from the first listen, but I guess this is because I have a lot of experience already. It's more than 20 years of listening to this kind of music, and now my taste is more refined, and it's more easier for me to know what's gonna stand the test of time and what not. If I don't know, if it's a maybe category, it's going in this folder for a second listen. Yeah.
Do you have like the specific sounds you're looking for, or it's just about a feeling?
It's the vibe.
It's just the vibe.
Yeah.
Она же говорила, что у них не популярный Telegram.
В Bulgaria?
Да, Болгария.
No, it's getting more and more popular. Telegram. I use Telegram. Like if there are any Bulgarians watching this interview, please use more Telegram.
Скажи, что у нас много каналов, ну таких закрытых с музыкой. Есть ли такие вообще в Европе?
Yeah, I
Ну
feel.
без магазинов, а именно фанаты музыкой, да, делятся.
Yeah, well, there are such groups on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, I guess
But
you guys
Facebook-
don't have Facebook, and that's why Telegram is taking this function.
I think that this
В
is
Фейсбуке
illegal
там нет
subject.
музыки, да.
No, there were some pretty strong Bulgarian groups about techno or Romanian minimal. So yeah, but I think Facebook is dying anyway. So yeah, let's move to Telegram, everybody.
It's a good.
Yeah, good promo.
Yes. Вот про промо. Как ты делаешь себе промо? Сейчас очень много информации, у людей все в мозгах забито, мелькает постоянно. Как артисту, диджею выделяться в современное время? Что ты делаешь для этого?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to ask, because I don't think I'm the best example for a good-looking social media. But
Maybe do you have manager? No?
No.
Not yet?
I don't think people can handle me. I think the main reason, like, social media doesn't come so natural to me. First of all, because when I started DJing, social media was not existing. Yeah, and I think for many DJs who are my age or older, they're all struggling, or they just don't want to pay attention, and so some of them still manage to stay afloat and to survive even without posting every day. But social media is becoming a necessary part of everybody's creative life. And if you learn to do it properly, it can add an extra layer to your creative expression. And yeah, now I hear Michael Jackson on the speaker and I get distracted. Yeah, I'm just gonna read this because I wrote it down and I think it's nice. So social media is here, we cannot go around it. It can serve as another level of self-expression if you use it smartly. But how to stand out, I really don't know so much, but because 99% of my posts are about my forthcoming gigs or throwbacks to my previous projects. And what I try to do is, like, when I post something, I try to do it in a funny way. Not too much text. I like humor, and I think if you add something instead of just saying I'm playing here today at this club, please come. It's not gonna serve the purpose as much as, let's say, you like plants, you like nature, and if you wanna make the post your way, you can just hold one of your plants like this and just say, me and Stevie are gonna be waiting for you at Soloma on Saturday. I don't know why, but I usually call the plant Stevie. I don't know where this comes from. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Entertaining, I guess. Right?
Huh?
Be entertaining.
Be entertaining, but in your own way. Like you don't have to be a clown.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. You don't have to be a clown.
Unless you're a clown.
Yeah, unless you're a professional clown. Yeah. Nothing against clowns, please.
Классический вопрос. Пожелания молодым диджеям, или тут классно написано, что бы ты посоветовала себе, когда была младше?
Yeah, this is a very, very good question. What I would advise myself is not to overthink it. Don't overthink it. Like just to think too much about something, to focus on something which is not important. Let's say you're playing music and you're making a small mistake. Maybe the tracks are not beat matched perfectly. You don't have to let this ruin your whole vibe. Yeah, because if you first of all, people will not remember this. Only you. I mean, yeah, people are there to have fun, not to judge you. But of course, some of them are there to judge you. But you shouldn't let them get in your head. Yeah. And another thing, but again connected to overthinking, is putting content online. Let's say you have a recording, and you have there is 2 tracks which don't go well together. I'm not gonna put it online. No. Put it online. Who cares if those 2 tracks don't go well together? This is not the important thing. The important thing is the whole thing, and it's way better to, let's say, if you're a young DJ, you need to have a mix online, and if you can get more recommendations. If somebody can say, hey, this DJ is really good, listen to this mix. If you don't post anything because you are always super self-conscious, then you're gonna get stuck. So yeah, that's my advice to young partner. Don't overthink.
Be calm, just play. Just play music.
Yeah. No, but also this is a process. Like you need to grow up. If I tell you don't overthink, are you gonna stop because I tell you? No, it's just an advice. You think about it and you go through it. It's an insecurity that you need to fight against, and this is how you evolve. So yeah.
Мы рассказывали на радио здесь про твое интервью для URL Bizarre.
Yeah.
Что сейчас происходит в Софии, в Болгарии, с клубной культурой?
Yeah, this is I should know better because I'm back in Sofia, right? But guys, there is so much going on. There are so many new names emerging all the time, new promoters popping up like mushrooms everywhere. I really cannot keep track. Like if we were having this conversation 10 years ago, I would have said, I know every DJ in Sofia. But now it's not the case. Yeah, there are so many. Like from the outside, it looks great. I'm not sure how successful financially all those events are, but it's better to have them than to not have any at all. And I was talking to this friend of mine the other day. We were actually pretty happy about the Sofia scene for the fact that, for example, now in the city program, you can find a place to go and listen to an ambient set or a drone, all night long drone music. This is something that wouldn't have been possible 5, 6, 10 years ago. So now it's pretty diverse. And
Good
there
change.
is, yeah. I could say that the scene is quite fragmented. Like people are working a lot in groups. I wish that they would mingle more between each other, but I guess it's a process. We're gonna get there.
Thank you. Так, ну про рекламу она говорила уже. Давайте
Yeah.
вот такое. Про Берлин. Интересен берлинский этап карьеры. Мы знаем, что Берлин по-прежнему считается техно-столицей, по крайней мере, Европы. Как он изменил тебя? Ну вот расскажи вкратце про Берлин, твою историю.
So I went to Berlin in 2014, and I spent almost 9 years there. So it was it was a completely new world to me when I arrived, mostly because of the abundance of events and the ability to listen to all kinds of renowned DJs, people who were impossible to get in Sofia at that time. And the fact that you go to an event and the people who are dancing around you are artists that you know, like you played their tracks and they're also there dancing right next to you. That was really inspirational to me. And then for the first time I really felt like I was in a real artistic environment. Then I realized that what we had in Sofia was just a seed, maybe, in a very, very like early stage of electronic community. Well, when I went to Berlin, it was like, was an explosion. One thing to mention in relation to how it changed me, it took my self-consciousness away. That means, you know, when you're anxious, how the DJ set is gonna go, what the other people are gonna think. Yeah, I somehow became more relaxed. Yeah, this actually relates to what I said before, giving advice to the younger Laylla.
Я тоже хотел сказать.
Yeah, exactly.
Наверное, надо было раньше уехать в Берлин.
I mean, everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Ну да,
Yeah.
все, что
Guys,
получилось.
Yeah.
I will put the glasses on,
Yeah.
not
Подвинься чуть-чуть.
just because I look cooler
Да,
in
еще.
there, but
И вот остался у нас last question. Если бы у тебя были неограниченные возможности, очень много денег, то вечеринка вот твоей мечты, как она примерно выглядела? Может быть, какое-то специальное место, где это было, кто там был?
yeah, I thought about this throughout these years a lot, and it's so difficult to answer because also my preferences change, and right now I would choose an area close to the sea, but not exactly on the beach because it's hard to dance on sand. Yeah. And maybe if there is like a little forest very close to the beach, first of all because it's gonna be cool, and yeah, at the same time you are again very close to the sea, and I'm not gonna make it big, probably like 600 people the most, because the more mature I get, I shouldn't say older, the more mature I get, the more I prefer intimate gatherings, not like big explosive gatherings with random people, and I would like it to be very well organized, like to every detail, so that the people who are there can really relax their minds and feel like they are in a parallel universe. In terms of DJs, I would select 50-50 Bulgarian and international, and the international DJs will definitely be low-key artists. Low-key artists with little following, but great DJs. When I talk about such artists, I like to compare them to to records. You know, usually people focus on the very expensive records on Discogs because they're hard to get. But to me, the best records are the ones that are expensive because nobody knows them, and that's why they are the ones that are cheap. They are cheap because nobody knows them. So, yeah, the international artists will be of this criteria.
У нас еще один вопрос на самом деле есть наших подписчиков в Телеграме.
Next question. From Telegram.
Bring them all.
Да, был вопрос, прозвучал он на самом деле, относился к предыдущему вопросу про Берлин, когда мы спрашивали, как это было, сложно ли было возвращаться вот из такой жизни, из центра, как бы, скажем, индустрии в целом, короче, европейской Берлина в Софию обратно, как это было?
Yeah, to be honest, it wasn't that difficult because my last years in Berlin were the pandemic years, and Berlin was really not the place to be.
Yeah, we hear about it.
Yes, at that time.
Like a jail.
Huh?
Like a jail.
Like a jail, yeah. Actually, I can tell you a very interesting story. That was the beginning.
You not play?
Huh?
You not play through pandemic in Berlin?
Yeah, no. I think I had 1 or 2 gigs, like in between
You
lockdowns.
play every week.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, played rave. Yeah. So
Illegal rave.
what happened once? It was the beginning of the very strict lockdown. So beginning of April 2020, the clubs were closed, and that's why you heard of CDV, Club der Visionäre. Yeah, and their winter location Hopetose. So they decided to start doing streamings. Like most of the people
We also
around the globe started. So yeah.
Тоже да.
So it was a Sunday, and we did. It was a very professional setting. I think the guys from the Mud Show did the production, and everything was very strict. Only the DJ who had to play was there, and we had the production team, and that's it. But the music was blasting. So outside Kopetose, you could hear as if there's something crazy going on. So wow, I think it was the 3rd track that I was playing. Someone came to me with a torch in my face, and it was the ducking squad. no, how to say, the special police forces. There were like 9 people, tall like this, probably 2 meters. They looked like Robocops. Yeah, it was insane. So obviously someone called the police and said, "Oh, they're doing plague rape here. Go get them." Even the club was locked, but I don't know. They probably just broke through. I don't know what they did, but it was surreal when you see such big guys. Very well behaved, by the way. German police is probably one of the most well behaved, or at least what I witnessed. And they held us for like 40 minutes because they collected all the ID cards and so on. I guess they just wanted to check if someone is under quarantine. Yeah, and after the check, they realized that nobody is under quarantine, so they let us continue. And this is how I did my streaming, and it's actually a very good one. I recommend it. Everybody goes on YouTube and types Laylla Dane CDV TV. Yeah, it's really nice. This is shameless self-promo. Yeah, but do we have more time? Or am I talking too much? Yeah, when a lot of people were asking me this, was it like a cultural shock when you went back to Sofia? Actually no, because I was always very connected to my city. I was traveling back and forth all the time, and there's no place like home. Of course, there are a lot of things which are getting on my nerves, and of course I cannot order records today and get them tomorrow. Maybe I have to plan more in advance and wait 1 week until they arrive. But I can live with that. I like to be Sofia based.
То есть сейчас ты в Софии живешь?
Yes, it's been a year and a half already. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.